Okay, so what is up, everybody? Just gonna make a quick video about MMA or UFC because I had something on my mind recently. I watched the Carlos Prates JDM fight on Saturday and didn't really give a reaction to it or anything, but I mean, it was a fucking beatdown. It was an absolute just... JDM really looked like he had no shot of winning that fight on the feet. I mean, Prates just kept him at range. He was landing the left hand. He was landing the knee when JDM would shell up. I can't use two hands because I'm holding the phone with my other hand, but you know what I'm talking about. JDM had that high guard, and then he would just duck into the fucking knees, and it was really bad. I'm surprised JDM lasted 3 rounds. I mean, that just kind of shows his toughness. But I think JDM had one big problem in this fight that I think if he worked on it, he would have done a lot better. I don't know if he would have won the fight, but he definitely needs to work on this in the future. His head movement. He was not moving his head. He was just shelling up and using that high guard. And a lot of people have been saying on social media, they're saying oh, that high guard doesn't work for MMA. Yes, it does. Peter Yan uses a fucking high guard. Okay? It doesn't work when you're fighting Carlos Prates or another power puncher because your head is right here to be fucking hit. That's why it doesn't work when you're facing a power puncher. So the high guard does work. It's just JDM was not moving his head when Prates was throwing shots at him. He was a stationary target. If JDM would have kept that high guard but moved his head and then slipped inside, slip, throw a check hook, follow up to the body, he needed to have a way to get inside and land his boxing combinations. And I can't believe that his team and his coaches didn't... First of all, it was a bad matchup for him from the start. Even I could tell, leading into that fight, man, this probably isn't going to go well because Prates hits a lot harder than JDM, and he has a reach advantage, and the fight's going to be... the majority of the time, it's going to be on the feet. I just can't believe that his fucking team and his coaches had no plan for him to get on the inside. I think Prates has a 78-inch reach. JDM has a 73-inch reach. What was the fucking plan? Was JDM just going to walk in and get hit with punches against a guy who is probably the hardest puncher in the UFC, pound for pound? It didn't make any sense. I think JDM, in all honesty, because I like JDM, I like his style. I'm not obsessed with him like some people, but he needs to watch a lot of tape on Ilia Topuria and TJ Dillashaw, because these are guys that also had really heavy boxing styles that were able to... They won the title. Both of them did. They were able to have a lot of success even against taller opponents because they made themselves a moving target. They weren't stationary. Ilia Topuria, he's always moving his head. He's moving in. TJ Dillashaw is fainting and he's moving in and out and he's moving his head side to side, so that whenever you throw a punch at them, they can slip it and then counter you and get inside. If JDM could fight like that at welterweight, he would have a lot of success. I just think that... I forget what I was going to say, but yeah, he has to find out how to get these guys moving backwards and also figure out how to get inside. Fight like TJ Dillashaw does. Fight like Ilia Topuria does. But I just think that he is so stationary in these fights that he's just absorbing punches. He's just absorbing blows. And if he would have fought Michael Morales, that same thing would have happened, because that's the same way Michael Morales fights. Michael Morales, I think, has an 80-inch reach at welterweight. This division is just getting bigger and bigger, and if JDM wants to win the belt again, he's going to have to figure out how to beat these taller opponents. He might have to fight Michael Morales, or he might have to rematch Carlos Prates. Like, Ian Gary is tall. He's gonna have to find a way to get inside and sort of negate the reach advantage that a lot of these other guys in the division have on him. I think, in all honesty, what JDM should do is just take a year off, fucking heal, because he took a lot of damage in that fight. Just chill. And honestly, like I said, like, he has to incorporate head movement into his style. He cannot just stand there and get punched. I also think it would maybe help him to put on a little bit of muscle, because I think he only weighs like 187 on fight night. So he's only cutting like 17 pounds. And he looked really small against Prates. Like, even in the ring, you compare JDM to like Jeff Neal. Like, Jeff Neal against Prates. Like, Jeff Neal is big. JDM, like, Prates made him look like a fucking lightweight in there. So I still think JDM could reclaim the belt, but he just has to work on some things, which he still can do because he's very young. He's not even 30. So that's the main thing that I noticed is JDM he needs to move his head. He needs to dart in and out. He needs to make himself not a, like, stationary target. That stuff works against, like, Bilal, because Bilal has no punching power. You can have a high guard against Bilal. You can stand there because Bilal's really not going to hurt you. If you're going to have a firefight with Bilal, you're going to win every single time. But yeah, that's just my 2 cents on it. UFC 328 predictions coming soon. And yeah, I'll see you guys later.